Including healthy eating habits in your life is a must if you want to support your overall well-being. While trend diets and lifestyle hustles are all the rage, the truth is that small changes and swaps can lead to big results in the health department. To make implementing health eating habit changes more sustainable, you need to be intentional about your health and the do's and don'ts. And why I'm saying this is because, oftentimes we just eat anything, like just anything, and we forget that the more you age, once you age, you might be in your 20s now, but you can get to your 40s and your 50s and you still want to maintain the eating habit you were having or you've done in the past, maybe when you were in your 20s. That means genuinely you don't really love yourself. So today we're going to be looking at some of those things that by all means we need to inculcate, and the ones that we need to stop, whether we like it or not. Sometimes it's not interesting for you to deprive yourself of eating those lovely things you need to eat. You have to just learn that you have to do that for the sake of your health. Welcome to Lunch Global today. Welcome to another week of interesting moments here on Lunch Global. I am Chunk Anamel Joseph, and when we come back from the break, I'll be sharing all of these ideas with you today, so stay tuned. Welcome back from the break and welcome to Lunch Global today. If you're just catching up with us, we're going to be looking at some of the eating habit that we have to learn and of course adopt to help us live a healthy life. And first of all, we have to learn to limit drinks with added sugars. Now, a lot of young people love to take sugar a lot. Added sugars are lurking in many seemingly healthy drinks like fruits, punch and sport drinks. That is, we call it energy drink, right? Unfortunately, taking in too many added sugars has been linked to diverse outcomes including chronic inflammation, obesity, hypertension, type 2 diabetes, metabolic syndrome, and even depression, according to a 2024 review article in BMC Psychiatry. The 2020-2025 dietary guidelines for Americans recommend that people limit their added sugar intake to less than 10% of their total calories. For a 2,000 calorie diet, that means about 12 teaspoons of sweet stuff. Yet, according to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, the average intake of added sugar among U.S. adults is about 17 teaspoons for exceeding the suggested quota. So imagine having to take no, please, that's too much. And sometimes these drinks, we don't know the quantity of sugars that are in them, so we just take them because they are sweet. But trust me, you have to learn to take less sugar, whether it is honey, whether it is sweetener. You have to make sure that what you're taking is exactly what you need. Don't go ahead of your calorie. You have to be intentional. I remember one of our episodes we were talking about the calorie intake. How do you even get to measure your calorie? And I think one of these episodes we're still going to have to converse and then maybe get to have moments with a nutritionist so that we'll get to understand how we'll get to measure our calorie and of course the number of calories that we're supposed to have or the intake every day. So swapping out beverages with added sugar, you can think regular soda, sweet tea, sport drinks, fruit punch, lemonade and fruit drinks for no sugar added choices like water, seltzer water, unsweetened coffee or tea, or even 100% fruit juice in moderation can give your body the hydration it needs without any added sugar. So at all times, let's learn to take more of water. Trust me, when you drink so much water and then your stomach is literally full, you might not even have the opportunity to take any other added sugar that you want to. You know, I'm so intentional about soda and the energy drink, which is called the sports drink. That's what most, especially young people, were so used to taking this drink. But trust me, it is not good for our health. Yes, you can take it, but in moderation if you can't cut down on it. And then gradually, trust me, you will get to cut down on it like entirely. Moving on, you have to include fermented food in your diet. I know some people will be asking questions, what do you mean by fermented food? Now you have yogurts. Yogurts are basically fermented food. There are a lot of fermented food that you should add. And then some of this fermented food, you know, they might only taste delish, but they also fill the body with the life probiotic that supports our overall health in various ways. To give your body a boost of probiotic, start your day with plain yogurt, enjoy a miso soup at dinner time, or sip on kombucha midday for some fermented goodness. And I think yogurt is very, very regular, more common. You can find it almost everywhere, and at the end of the day you can ask question. They say Google is your friend, right? So you can ask question, you can find out what do you need to take, what kind of fermented food are you used to. You can also ask Lunch Global. You can message us on all our social media platforms, ask questions, and we are going to help you on that 100%. Moving on, you have to eat 2 to 3 servings of low mercury non-fried fish every week. Some of these ideas and then some of the right things you need to do, yes, it might cost you money, but trust me, your health is much more important. When you don't have health, you can't make money. You know, they say health is wealth. So if you're not healthy, you can't work. If you're not healthy, you can't go about doing your business. If you're not healthy, even the skincare you're doing and living your baby girl or baby boy life, you can't do it. You have dreams, you want a lot of things you want to do in the next 3, 4, 5 years. If you're not intentional about your health, trust me, you will not be able to achieve all of that. So although the 2020 and 2025 dietary guidelines for Americans suggest that most Americans eat at least 8 ounces of fish every week, the majority of people are sorely missing the mark. Fish, especially oily fish like salmon, is a rich source of DHA omega-3 fatty acids and vitamin B12, and of course a slew of other important nutrients that support our health. So eating fish is linked to a plethora of potential health benefits too, including a reduced risk of cardiovascular diseases, according to a 2022 review in Food Chemistry. So fish is important, and that's why, you know, there are a lot of people say, oh, you have to cut down on eating red meat, you have to cut down on eating meat, go in with fish better. And then, you know, we know that salmon is one of the healthiest fish you can think of. You can also go in with Titus. Titus is good as well. So make sure that you're maintaining the nutrients that you need for your body to live, for you to live healthy, and of course for you to have your body developing well and your system is very active, because once you get old, you know that your body system is weak. You don't have the strength or the ability to do the things that you were doing when you were younger. So you have to be intentional. Yes, it can be expensive purchasing some of these things, especially now in Nigeria. When you go to the market and you want to buy tomato, you know, sometimes you just have to think, are you sure I want to eat this food today, or I want to eat something else? Yes, but then you can eat healthy and then spend less. Trust me, you can do that. You have to make sure that you prioritize it. You know exactly what you want, and that's why, well, I'm going to come to that. That's why you need to make sure that you have a meal plan. Now, your meal plan helps you manage resources. It helps you eat the right food with less spending. Now, you know, okay, I want to buy this amount of vegetable, I need this amount of protein, and you can buy all these things and you spend less and you eat very healthy. Moving on, you have to swap out highly processed meat for fresher options. Now, sometimes we buy processed meat. Yes, maybe sometimes we buy meat from maybe suya spots and all that. It's okay. You can buy your suya, you can enjoy those moments, but then let it not be a regular habit. Sometimes go to the market, buy your meat, whatever meat, whether it's chicken or it's turkey or it's beef or goat meat, whatever meat you want, you can buy it fresh. When you go to the market now, it helps you know that, okay, this thing that I'm buying, from the looks and then from the way it smells, you know that you know whether it's fresh or it's meat that has stayed. And one thing about beef, if it overstays, it starts changing color. So when you go to the market, you are able to know exactly what you're buying. So it helps you buy fresh meat, and then it protects you from getting any other disease, because we know that when you eat things that are not really good, of course you know that it comes with a result. So highly processed meat like lunch meat, bacon and sausage are certainly convenient and incredibly appetizing, but these meat choices can also be loaded with nitrates, addictive that when heated can produce potentially cancer-causing compound, according to a study in 2020. Many of these meat choices are loaded with sodium as well. So with that being said, there are nitrate-free and reduced sodium deli meat on the out there. So when you're going to choose, you have to go to the market, just as I said it earlier, and make your choices. You can use fresh cuts of meat like turkey, chicken, beef that are naturally lower sodium and nitrate free and can be just as satisfying to eat, and make healthy sandwich fillings as well. You can make your meat pie, you can even just grill it and eat it. You can make your stew or your vegetable sauce, maybe chicken vegetables or stir fries, or maybe beef or turkey. It depends on how you want it. So you going to the market and getting all of this yourself, I know we cannot be 100% into it, even myself, but then you have to be intentional about it. You know, one thing about you being intentional is you know what is good for you, and you just want the best out for yourself. So you have to just try your best. Sometimes yes, you fail on that aspect, but don't make it a habit. If it is a habit already for you, then trust me, I think I have to tell you, please, you have to learn to do it the right way, because your health is very important. It is. So you have to nurture it, and of course you have to make sure you're intentional about your health. And next, you need to have a glass of milk every day. Now remember, I spoke about yogurt. Now one good thing is you don't have to do all of this at the same time. You can pick the one that works for you, the one that you like. Some people don't like milk at all. Some people don't take yogurt at all. That does not mean that if you don't take it, it's not going to work for you. You are not intentional about your health. That's because maybe you are it doesn't just work for you. That's why you have other ideas and other ones you can, of course, work with. So every day or every morning, it depends on the time that works for you, you can take milk. Milk isn't just for kids, because all the time I say, oh, you need to give your baby milk. You too, as an adult, you need milk as a staple food that is a perfect accompaniment to chocolate chip cookie. A glass of milk is loaded with 13 essential nutrients, including bone-building calcium, protein, and magnesium. Yet, a nutrient dense as milk is most adults don't drink even one glass of this beverage a day. If milk tends to bother your gut, try lactose-free milk or A2 milk to see if this option helps, because we know that there are people who are lactose intolerant. They react to milk. When you take milk and then you're reacting, or you're feeling like puking, or it makes you uncomfortable, it gives you this stomach ache. There are people who react to it. Even when they take yogurt, they react to it. So you can try other milk. If you're used to a particular milk that you notice that you react to it, trust me, you can try other products. They might work for you, because every other product have their own ingredients they use in making their product. So if one doesn't work for you, if you try another one, sometimes you'll be able to figure out why your body is reacting to certain milk. Moving on, you can add fruits to your midday snack. Now you learn to eat fruits for your midday snack than going in with cookies, going in with sugar, going in with chocolate all the time. You can go in with fruit, and make sure that your fruit is fresh. This is something you can do in your house, even if it means just bananas and watermelon. If you are at work, you can just pack it in your lunch bag, get it to work. And sometimes you have all the fruit people around your environment. You can just pair, even if it's 500 naira, maybe even if it's just oranges, you know, you can just buy them, or watermelon. They sell it maybe 300, 200. It depends. You can just develop the habit of taking care of yourself. Don't wait for another person to come take care of you, because you are your own priority. So if you miss out on prioritizing your health, and then don't be stingy, because these things, some of them are very, very affordable. So but then if you prioritize it, you'll be able to understand why I am saying what I'm saying. So in the US, about only 12% of people eat the recommended amount of fruit, and in Nigeria, I think maybe 90% don't even eat it, because like we don't care. We just want to go ahead and do our business, and then we just want to get done with it, and then come home, eat our amala, or eat our pounded yam and whatever soup we want, and then we're fine. You know, we eat In Nigeria, we eat to get satisfied. We don't eat to stay healthy. We eat to just eradicate hunger. And it's good to eradicate hunger. It's good to eat so that you'll be okay. Because if you ignore eating your food, you might end up having stomach ulcer. So you have to be intentional about, yes, eating to satisfy your hunger, but that should not be the case every day. You shouldn't always eat because you want to satisfy your hunger or how you feel. You should also eat because you want to maintain good health. And since a lower intake of fruit is linked to outcome like increased risk of certain cancers, heart disease, and stroke, sneaking in some fruit every day is a smart move. I mean, very smart move. When the 3 p.m. slump strike, instead of reaching for sugary candy or caffeine dense drinks, enjoying fruit as part of your balanced snack can give you and sustain your energy along with some energy supporting nutrients. Combining a serving of fruit with protein can help give your snack some staying power, so you will feel satisfied and avoid a potential sugar crash shortly after eating. And if you don't have fresh fruit at your fingertip, know that dried, freeze-dried, frozen, and canned fruit are all healthy options, as well as long as they don't contain added salt or sugar. So whether it is dry fruit or fresh fruit, but fruits are not even, I think they are very, very affordable. I think this is something that we should all have at home. Even if it means, if you cannot take it every day, please, maybe you can take it 4 times in a week. At least we have 7 days in a week. Try and start it from 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, and before you know, you are enjoying the moment, and then you might meet up with the 7th day. So before we forge ahead, let's just quickly go on a break, and we'll be back shortly. Welcome back from the break, and moving forward to the healthy habit you need to adopt when you eat. Now you need to add more vegetables to your dishes. There are a lot of people who don't like vegetable, and sometimes I wonder, how can a grown-up person, an adult for crying out loud, won't eat vegetable? I know that some of us are vegetarians while others don't really like vegetable, just maybe a little bit of it. But then there are vegetables that might just suit you and you love so much. So that one that you love so much, try and eat it more often, because vegetables are one of the best sources of fiber and a nutrient that help keep your body healthy by supporting gut health and possibly reducing the risk of developing certain cancers. Plus, many veggies are low in calories and can help make dishes a bit more satisfying and flavorful. Adding vegetable to your dishes doesn't mean living off of salad every day of the week. Adding extra broccoli to your stir fry, a handful of spinach in your soup, or diced bell pepper to your scrambled eggs can give your dishes a healthy boost in a simple way. Like, very simple. Now, you don't need much. You don't need to add spring onions, spinach, ugu. You don't need to have all of these vegetables together. Just pick the one that you love. Like bell's pepper, I think almost everybody eats bell's pepper. So for them, you can just stir fry them, maybe put them in your scrambled eggs or put them in your noodles. And then there are people who use, I think most of the time, when you are not feeling lazy, because we know that there's a way we can just make our noodles and then it's good to go. But the day that you are in the mood to make your noodles in a satisfying way, now you want to include maybe a little bit of carrot, a little bit of green beans and all of that. Even that is good enough. But then make sure that you don't always eat your food plain. It helps you, it helps you in your health wise. It is very good for you. It helps you, and is very, very important. Now, this particular one, it's a habit to almost everybody. It's either you're on your phone while you're eating, or you're watching maybe a program on your television set, or you're even watching Lunch Global and then you're eating. I don't know if you've noticed that anytime you're eating and you're distracted by maybe watching TV or pressing your phone, you tend not to eat well. I've tried that a couple of times, and once I start pressing my phone when I'm eating, I'm not able to eat. And that's why it's always important for you to eat at the dining table instead of eating in the living room. So you have to avoid eating in front of your TV. Your meals are meant to be enjoyed, and when you eat while watching television, you can end up being distracted and ultimately eat more calorie while feeling less satisfied. So instead, enjoy your meal with friends and family. There are even health benefits to share meal with others, or at the very least, simply make sure you are not distracted by TV or any device while you're eating. So eating without distractions allow you to eat mindfully, which means you can pay attention to your body cues when it's hard enough to eat. And that is why it is intentional for you to focus while you eat, so that you'll be able to eat right. So for the sake of time, I'm going to be putting a stop here. I know it's very important we learn all of this trick every day, and from time to time I'll be sharing all of these ideas with you, so it will help you eat healthy. Thank you for joining me on Lunch Global today. I am still Chunk Annamel Joseph. Enjoy your day and see you tomorrow. Bye.